Hi guys, this is PPIO's demonstration for September 2018, the second one in all. Last month, we demonstrated uploading and downloading scenarios based on the PPIO distributed storage platform. This demo, we will show the PPIO blockchain prototype, which provides tokens for PPIO. Our first session today is the service nodes introduction. Here, we divide the full screen into 12 parts. Each screen shows one type of service node behind the PPIO. I'll introduce each of them from top to bottom and left to right. The first one is a background data service node. Below it is a ledger node. The next is a bootstrap node. At the bottom left is an indexer node that providing indexing and scheduling service for the PPIO distributed storage. The top middle column is the verifier service, which verifies all the proofs provided by miner nodes. Below the verifier node is a payment proxy. The next one is a count queries gateway. The last one in the middle column is a performance monitor. The rest four small screens at the right column from top to bottom are the logs for the user 0 and 1, the miner 0 and 1. The same ones as our previous demo. We also use 2 users and 2 miners to show you how the platform works. Besides these nodes for the PPIO distributed storage, there are also nodes for PPIO blockchain running at the background. The following session is the introduction of the demo interfaces. Now we open another window to demonstrate how the front end works. The left 2 windows will show commands and logs for the user 0 and 1. The middle 2 windows will show commands and logs for the miner 0 and 1. On the right, the upper window will show the commands and logs for the settlement node. The lower window will show the commands and logs for PPIO blockchain. The next session is to demonstrate blockchain account operations. Now we are going to demo the basic account operations. Firstly, we will check the balances of 2 accounts. The highlights show the actual balances. Then we transfer some tokens from the first account to the second account. Here we see the transaction has been completed. Then we check the balances of these 2 accounts again. It shows the balance of the first account is deducted a little bit. That's the extra cost was paid to the nodes of PPIO blockchain to produce the block. At the same time, the account 2 was transferred the specified tokens. The following session is to demo blockchain account transfer to storage platform. Again, for this demo, the nodes will use the tokens provided by PPIO blockchain for all operations. So we need to transfer some tokens to the nodes in the beginning. Now we will check the balances of our users and miners. Let's find out the users' IDs first. Here we see 221033 is the ID of user 0. Then we query the balance of 2 users. None of the accounts have token yet. Here we see a coin pool node which also doesn't have any tokens. We'll deposit some tokens from the PPIO blockchain to the distributed storage platform. The 5 commands transfer 2 billions to each node in the PPIO distributed storage platform. The highlight is the user 0's ID number, 1033. The 2508 is ID of user 1. We want to check how many tokens the nodes have after the deposit commands. We see every node has 2 billion tokens now. The following session is to demonstrate user upload file and tokens change. In this demo, we will also show some simple cases. User 0 will upload 1 file to the PPIO storage. With the cache objects, we see there are some objects under user 0. Then we check how many segments some miners have. We see neither miner 0 nor miner 1 has any segments. Now we upload the file 75 to the PPIO storage. Before we execute the upload command, we also need to check whether the file 75 is already in the PPIO storage. We use the command object status. Then the system tells us that the user 0 does not have any file remotely. Now we have uploaded the file from local to the PPIO storage. Let's check the result. There is one segment in it now. The hash of the segment is the same as the hash of the file. Because the file is small, we only need to divide it into one segment. There is no segment under -0. This is because when we upload the file, we specify the number of copies is 1. So the platform only stores one copy. During the uploading process, the user 0 uses the storage service, and the -0 provides the storage service. This is a deal between two of them. So the user 0 needs to pay some tokens to the -0. Now we see the balance of the user 0 is less than before. The balance of the user 1 stays unchanged since it did not participate in the deal. The balance of the -0 is also decreased because we request the miners to deposit some tokens as the pledge tokens before they can provide the storage service. If the miners do evil things, the pledge token will be confiscated into an accumulated account. On the contrary, if the miners follow the rules and do nothing wrong, the platform will return the pledge tokens when the contract has been fully executed. Then the following session is for the downloading process. We will use user 1 this time. Before we start downloading, we need to make sure that there is no file in the user 1's account. So we use cache object command, and the system shows that there is no file in the user 1's account. Then the user 1 is ready for downloading. Now the user 1 has requested to download this object. Let's check the user 1 again. The system has already gotten the object in the user 1's account. The length of the object is 87041, the same length as the object in user 0. Let's check the balance in all 4 peers' accounts. The user 0's account stays the same. The -0's also doesn't change. Now you can see the user 1's balance has changed. It is less than before. The platform transferred tokens from user 1 to -0 because the user 1 downloaded a file offered by the -0. The last session is to demonstrate the settlement. In fact, there will be numerous transactions happening in the PPIO platform every day. It needs to have very clean balances in every settlement cycle. For the demo purpose, we'll start the settlement manually. The Excel you will be looking at is the overall report that records every transaction happened in the platform in the last session. Because it is only a showcase, so there are limited records. The 5 deposit records at the top of the report show the remaining balances in 5 different accounts. The accounts names are at the column D. The log user fund represents the pledge tokens paid by the user 0 before uploading objects. The settlement will distribute tokens of log user fund to the miners who provide storage services. The indexer fee is the token for user 0 paid the service fee of the indexer. So we understand that the miners are not the only nodes who can benefit from the platform. In fact, every service node such as verifier and indexer can share the given tokens as long as they provide the service. The next is log miner pledge. It refers to the pledge tokens the platform requires the miner 0 to deposit in case the miners violate the contract agreed. The platform transfers the tokens from the miner 0's balance account to its log miner pledge directly. Below log miner pledge is the log user fund. It is the tokens that user 1 deposit before downloading files. The user 1 also needs to pay the indexer service fee as shown above. The POREP fee is what the user 1 paid to the miner 0 for downloading objects from its storage by the end of the current settlement. The POSST fee is a fee paid by the user 0 to the miner 0 for the storage service by the end of the current settlement. The verifier POST is a service fee of the verifier paid by the user 0 when the user uses the verifier service. POLC reward is a reward for the miners that provide storage space. Even if the storage hasn't been used by any users yet, the platform will still reward the miner because the miner storage has been locked for future storage use. In the Excel, both miner 0 and miner 1 get their rewards even there has no object uploaded to the miner 1 storage yet. The POST reward and the POMD reward are rewards for miner 0 when users upload to and download from storage. The last two are rewards for the indexer and verifier. The rewards from line 14 to line 19 are from the platform directly. They are neither from users nor miners. Besides the overall reports, we have detailed reports for each node. Here you can see there are reports for indexer, miners, users, and verifiers. As a conclusion, this demo presents you the operations of the uploading and downloading process in PPIO platform. We also introduces the tokens provided by PPIO blockchain. The token is a general currency used among different nodes in the PPIO. The users pay tokens to the services, and the miners and other nodes earn tokens by providing the services. The token is a motivation for miners to provide stable services. That's all for this video. We will have the next demo soon. Thanks for your watching.